Hello, we're here in Mossman in Sydney in an architecturally outstanding residence that Jaguar Land Rover in Australia has chosen for the launch of the Velar. It's a mid-sized Range Rover, and at the same time Richard Woolley has come over from the UK. He's the head of the design studio and of design for the special vehicle operations in the UK. So we've had a chance to have a chat with him. So Richard, the Velar obviously has a Range Rover family look, but how do you believe it moves the whole design language for the brand forward?
I think you're absolutely right in saying that it has a family look, and I'm really happy that you can see that. Unmistakably a Range Rover, but I think the key thing about maintaining that look but expressing it in a modern way has been really about the proportions of the vehicle, getting the proportions just right, but also making sure that it has that very distinctive silhouette that is recognisably Range Rover, the feature lines on the vehicle that are recognisably Range Rover, and the very clean appearance as well. But I guess proportions are the key thing, really.
Right. Is there any element that we'd be seeing in future Range Rovers that we might not see in current siblings in the Range Rover lineup?
Well, I guess it's fair to say that when you look at the Velar, it does exhibit the next evolution of a Range Rover design language. So I'm sure that it will influence future Range Rovers in a way. But of course, every generation of Range Rover moves on. But this is definitely the latest and greatest evolution of that design language.
Terrific. What was the biggest challenge from a design point of view? It could be an exterior transition or some kind of interior element. What sticks in your mind?
I think we always want to raise the levels of precision on the vehicle, and as we take details away from the vehicle, this reductionist approach to the design of both the exterior and the interior that I've talked about means that the precision of what's left needs to be really, 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 really well executed. So I guess working very closely with our engineering colleagues to make sure that precision is engineered into the car. So when it goes down the production line, the car is put together, make sure it's absolutely right on the money in terms of gaps, in terms of flushness, in terms of the quality of those parts in the vehicle.
Are there any hidden aero tweaks that we might not be seeing that aren't obvious to the naked eye?
Well, I think the car is obviously designed to be very aerodynamically efficient. Thinking about some of the aero tweaks, I guess the first one I'd probably mention is the deploying door handles. So the door in normal driving mode, the car is handle-less, if you like. So that helps obviously with the airflow down the side of the vehicle. There's also a clever little feature on the rear spoiler that ducts air down the rear screen to help keep the rear screen clean when you have bad road conditions on the vehicle, muddy, rain or whatever, so that helps keep the rear screen clean as well. So just a couple of the details, but of course the aerodynamic story on the car runs right from the front right to the back. Every little detail is honed to make sure that it presents a little resistance to the wind as possible.
Which design elements do you think stand the Velar apart most from its competition? And I'm calling out things like the Porsche Macan and the F-Pace under the same broad umbrella. But where do you think it stands apart most?
I think, again, going back to the reductionist approach we've taken on the vehicle, so taking away extraneous detail and superfluous styling, if you like. This car is all about, if something's on the vehicle, it's there for a really good reason. And particularly on the interior, and you get into the interior, there's an amazingly clean look to the interior. So we've been on a journey of reductionism with Range Rover since the last we launched the last Range Rover in 2012. So we're on a journey here to take things out of the vehicle to help the driver and passengers enjoy the journey and not be distracted by any extraneous details inside the vehicle.
Which part of the car took the most in terms of refining its design to make sure that it added up on the balance sheet and your engineering colleagues were happy at the same time?
So that's a good question. It's probably the Touch Pro Duo interface inside the vehicle. So making sure that in that journey of reductionism inside the vehicle, we still presented the vehicle in a way that the customers receive information inside the vehicle in an intuitive way. So making sure that that interface worked seamlessly for drivers, the customers of the vehicle, integrating all that technology into the vehicle was probably the biggest challenge, but a challenge that we enjoyed.
And just on a personal level, what's your favourite part of the car? You know, something that we may not be immediately aware of, but's close to your heart.
My favourite part of the car, I guess, I always get asked this question. It's a tricky one to answer, and I guess the easy answer for me is to say I love all of it. And the reason I'm saying that is because from the very first concept that we did for Velar, getting on for 3 years ago now, the car has remained true to that concept. So that's the bit I'm most proud of, and that took a lot of collaborative work to maintain the theme and to keep everyone on track in terms of achieving the design vision for the vehicle. So that's my favourite part.
Fabulous. Richard, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.